Absolute chaos. That's exactly what happened a few weeks ago when we decided to pop out and buy a new Christmas tree. And it's the perfect example of why ADHD time blindness is such a big problem for content creators. Just stay with me here. I woke up feeling great. I'd done my meditation and morning stretches. I smashed my full body workout. Charlie was in a good mood. So I thought, you know what? Let's go out and buy a new Christmas tree. It's a 20-minute drive to Home Bargain, so we can buy some new Christmas decorations, have a fun morning, and be back by lunchtime. I could not have been more wrong. 2 hours later, I'm standing in the store completely overwhelmed by choices. Charlie's having a little meltdown, the weather's just absolutely awful, and we still haven't decided on a Christmas tree.
You had one job.
What was supposed to be a magical family moment turned into this exhausting disaster that left me and Kaylee just mentally and physically drained. We finally got home. I sat down to edit my next video and I got completely sidetracked. My brain was just done. That's ADHD time blindness in action. It's not just about being bad at time management. It's when your brain literally can't estimate how long anything will actually take, and simple tasks become these massive emotional obstacles that just steal energy away from everything else you're trying to do. If you're a content creator with ADHD, you probably know this feeling. You sit down to plan to film one video and somehow 2 hours just completely disappear. You think editing will take an hour and it usually ends up taking 5. You constantly feel behind, stressed, and like you're trying to catch up with everyone else. This is exactly how I felt for the past year. But here's something really important that I figured out. I didn't need to keep pushing through until I got burnt out. I needed a system that actually works with my brain, so that's exactly what I built. A 7-step AI-powered system that cuts my content creation time in half and lets me upload consistently without burning out. But before I show you the system, let's talk about the big problem here. Time blindness isn't just about constantly being late for things. For people with ADHD, tasks don't have clear boundaries. Everything feels like this messy blob of time that could take 5 minutes or 5 hours, and we genuinely have no way of knowing how long something will take until we're already deep into it. I remember reading something about this in my journal. I always feel guilty for not spending enough time with Charlie on Sunday mornings because I feel the need to clean and organize the house for 2 to 3 hours every Sunday. I know that sounds ridiculous, but here's the thing. If I don't clean my environment every weekend, it eats away at me during the week because of my brain chemistry. Having a clean, organized space isn't optional for me. It's the foundation that lets me focus on everything else. That's the cruel paradox of ADHD productivity advice. Everyone tells us to just block out the time, but they don't understand that our brains literally can't feel time passing the same way that neurotypical brains can. We get lost in hyper focus for hours, or we avoid starting because we can't tell if something's going to be a quick task or an all-day project. When you're trying to build a personal brand or a YouTube channel on top of this becomes such a big problem. You miss upload schedules, you spend way too long editing, and realize 4 hours later that you haven't eaten or taken a break. The guilt builds up, the overwhelm gets worse, and eventually you just stop. And that's kind of the saddest part. There are so many people out there who want to share their story, so many people that can make amazing content that inspires others, but time blindness just keeps getting in the way. Traditional productivity systems don't work for us because they assume we have a better concept of time than we actually do. But what if instead of fighting against our time blindness, we built a system that works around it? What if we used AI to become our external executive function, the part of our brain that handles planning, time estimation, and decision making? That's exactly what my 7-step system does. It turns every time blind, overwhelming task into a fast AI assisted checkpoint. The AI becomes the timekeeper and decision maker that I can't be, so I can just focus on what I'm actually good at, losing at Mario Kart. Alright, so let me walk you through my exact 7-step system here. This is what I actually do every single week to stay consistent without burning out. The first step to creating any good YouTube video is the idea itself.
I have an idea!
And I cannot stress this enough. You can have the best editing, the best thumbnails, but if the idea of the video itself isn't good, then the video won't perform well. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you here. This was by far the trickiest part of the system to figure out, because there's not really a perfect path to finding the best video ideas. Before you start making your next video, you need some sort of proof that the idea is good. You need actual data that proves that the video idea will perform well. And there's only really one way to do that: outlier research. A video with a high outlier score means that it got way more views than the average video on somebody's channel, which means the video idea itself is good. But how do you actually find these outlier videos? I've tried tried almost all of the different outlier video tools available right now, and I'm just going to save you some time here and tell you to use vidIQ. It's just the cheapest and easiest option, and it actually works unlike some of the other tools out there. It has everything you need to come up with the best video ideas, a competitors section, a daily ideas section, keyword research, and a dedicated outlier video section. I usually spend about 10 minutes filtering through all the different outlier videos before jumping over to the other tool I use for this process, Perplexity. If you've never heard of it, Perplexity is a lifesaver for people with ADHD. It's basically a super powered AI research assistant that has access to real-time data across the internet. Instead of getting lost in another rabbit hole for 3 hours, you ask it one question and you get a clear data-driven answer in seconds. It's incredible. It's literally my go-to AI assistant for my everyday life. And the best part is that you can actually create custom spaces in it. I've created a dedicated content creation space trained on all of the best practices and research when it comes to everything to do with creating content for YouTube. So I'll give it screenshots of any outlier videos I found in vidIQ that I might be able to put a spin on. I'll ask it to do some deep research on what's trending in the ADHD and AI tool space, which is what my channel is about, what questions people are actually asking, and what gaps exist that my content can fill. I'll then ask it to give me the 5 absolute best video ideas based on all the research, and then I can just pick and choose which ones I like best. vidIQ shows me the search volume and competition data. Perplexity does the deep research. 2 tools, 20 minutes. That's it. I'm just trying to find the most efficient way of looking for proven concepts that actually work and that I can put my own spin on. The AI does the heavy lifting for me, which frees up more mental space for me to focus on picking the ideas that I like best. Now, this next step is probably one that most people either overlook or completely ignore.
If you ignore it, it'll go away.
But having a good video title can be the difference between getting 20 views and 20,000 views. This is where Perplexity saves the day again. I've created a dedicated title tactician space in Perplexity just for this one step. I've used a custom detail prompt and given it multiple documents and transcripts to turn it into a world-class title tactician. I give it the video idea and ask it to give me the best 3 video titles that maximize evergreen appeal, keyword optimization, and click-through potential. That's basically just a fancy way of saying it gives me 3 titles that all have the highest potential of working well for the video. And this step literally takes me 5 minutes. I've already set everything up. I'm just giving it the video idea and asking for the best titles. Simple as that. I'm not stressing over how many words to include or wondering if I should go wild and add emojis. Perplexity tests different proven formulas and gives me options that are already optimized for the algorithm. Now that we've got the video idea and title, most of you are probably thinking, it's the thumbnail next, right? It has to be. Everyone knows that it's title, then thumbnail, then script.
Well, yeah, da-doy.
But what if I told you that's actually backwards?
Wait, what?
Almost every YouTube video out there which talks about the process of making a good YouTube video mentions that you should focus on idea, title, thumbnail in that specific order. And yes, that does generally make sense. You want the title to complement the thumbnail and vice versa. But you also want the first 20 seconds of your video to confirm the click, right? You want people to see the thumbnail, read the title, click on the video, and be reassured that the video is exactly what they were expecting it to be about. And if the video doesn't do that, the viewer feels betrayed and just immediately clicks off the video.
You are a traitor.
So what happens if you spend an hour creating 3 different thumbnails for one video, only to realize there's no way to match your script to the thumbnails?
Son of a nutcracker!
That's exactly what happened to me a few months ago. I spent so much time creating the perfect thumbnails for testing. I started writing the script and realized I had no real way of writing a good hook based on the thumbnails I created.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
It was so frustrating. It was just a complete waste of time. That's when I realized it's so much easier for me to write the script first, because that gives me complete creative freedom with it instead of having to worry about matching the thumbnails that I've already spent an hour creating. If you've ever created a YouTube video yourself, you know that writing the script can take so long. It can take hours, even days to write script. You have to do all the research, try and make sense of everything, put everything together into cohesive sentences, make sure you have a good hook, make sure you use open loops, and do 100 other things just to make a script that stands a chance against all of the competition out there. I tried this for months and it was just exhausting. I was so burnt out. It's just not sustainable if you want to upload videos consistently. So I done what I do best. I asked AI for help. I asked it to do a deep dive research into the best AI-powered script writing tools out there. I wanted something that worked, saved me time, but also didn't cost a ton of money. That's when I found Subscriber. It's an AI script writing tool built specifically for YouTube creators. You give it your video idea, your research, and your talking points, and it generates a full script in minutes. But here's what makes it a game changer. It is trained on successful YouTube content, so it understands pacing, hooks, retention, structure, and how to keep people watching. Instead of staring at a blank page for hours trying to figure out how to structure everything, the AI does the heavy lifting.
I've been working out.
It even links directly to your YouTube channel, so it knows who your audience is and your exact tone of voice. The first draft it creates is honestly, it's amazing. It basically does 80% of the work for you. But because I have OCD and I'm a bit of a perfectionist, I still like to go through the script manually to make sure it matches my voice and make sure I'm providing as much value as possible in my videos. But the important thing is that I'm not starting from scratch. I'm editing something that already has the right framework, the right flow, the right hooks built in. That's the difference between spending 2 days writing the script and spending 2 hours polishing one. But here's the most important part of this entire process. I give it my journal to use before it creates my scripts.
Say what?
So basically, I turned Claude into my AI-powered journal, which I've been using for a few months now, documenting my real experiences with ADHD, parenting, content creation, all of it. So when Subscriber creates my scripts, it's not using generic examples or made-up scenarios. It's using my actual life, my real struggles with Charlie's bedtime routine, my actual breakthrough moments, the genuine emotions I've processed throughout the week. This means my scripts and videos are as authentic as possible because they're literally built from my own thoughts and experiences. Subscriber organizes my messy, honest journal entries into a clear structure with hooks, main points, and smooth transitions. But the heart of it, the stories, the insights, the vulnerability, that's all real.
It's beautiful.
Okay, so now that we've created the script, we can move on to thumbnails. Guess who saves the day again here? No, it's Perplexity. I've created a dedicated thumbnail thinker space, which I've turned into a world-class expert on YouTube thumbnails. I'll give it the video idea and script and ask it to give me the 3 absolute best thumbnail ideas for the video. I'll also ask it to give me the exact prompts I need to use to generate the backgrounds. So how do I actually create my thumbnails? I have tried out so many different AI-powered thumbnail tools, I'm telling you. ChatGPT, Leonardo, Pixels, Nano Banana. Yes, that's an actual AI tool. None of them work. I promise you, you will save so much time and money if you just stick with Canva. There is a reason so many YouTubers still use Canva for their thumbnails. It just gives you more control over everything. I would love to use an AI tool that creates all my thumbnails perfectly the first time round. But I'm telling you, right now, AI tools just aren't at that level yet. Some of them are close, very close, but the thumbnails just look way too unnatural, and that just doesn't work if you want your channel to be as authentic and human as possible, which is kind of important in this AI dominated space we live in right now. So here's my process. I use Perplexity to come up with the thumbnail ideas. I open up Canva, use the magic AI features to create the background. Then I add my own face showing a relevant expression, plus 2 to 3 words that complement the title in big, bold text. I create 3 different versions for A/B testing. That's it. Perplexity in Canva. Takes about 10-15 minutes per thumbnail depending on how fussy I'm being. This removes any decision fatigue that used to stress me out. I'm not second guessing color choices or font sizes for an hour. I create the options, delegate the decision, and move on. All right, on to the next step, and this one's pretty important: filming the actual video. When I film, I batch everything. I set aside half an hour and film 2 videos back to back. I set up my webcam and my microphone once, test it to make sure everything's actually working. That's really important. Please do that. You will save yourself so much time by just doing a quick test. And then I film my videos. I have a simple Logitech webcam, a Fifine microphone, I think that's how you say it, which is actually amazing for the price, and a small ring light which sits on top of my computer where I film. That's it. No fancy setup, no super expensive equipment, just a camera, mic, and a small ring light. And just in case you're wondering, I always create and film 2 videos at a time. I've tried 1, too simple. I've tried 4, just way too complicated and exhausting. For me, creating 2 YouTube videos at a time is the sweet spot. I can maximize my time filming videos while creating 2 weeks worth of content. I do that twice and I have a month's worth of content without burning out. And that leads us onto the most time consuming part of any YouTube video, the editing.
No! God, please, no!
I'm just going to say this right now. If you can afford to hire a video editor, just do it.
Do it now.
You will save yourself so much time and stress. I have tried everything to trim down my editing time, but the harsh reality is that if you want to make a good YouTube video, you've got to do the editing, at least a little bit of editing. But there is good news here. I found an AI tool that literally cuts my editing time in half.
Shut up and take my money.
Now, I've tried everything. I started out with Premiere Pro, I've tried CapCut, I tried something called Gling, even something called Power Director 365. None of them even come close to Descript. If you haven't heard of it before, Descript is a text-based video editor. Instead of dragging clips around the timeline like you would with a normal editor, you edit the video by literally editing the text. It sounds simple, but it is incredible, especially for people with ADHD who struggle with visual timelines and constant decision making. Descript also handles the mechanical stuff automatically. Filler word removal, auto cut retakes, AI generated B-roll. It literally has everything built in, which means you're not spending hours looking for the perfect B-roll or finding the best sound effects. You're just focusing on the story itself. On top of that, it transcribes your entire video automatically, so you can search for any moment in seconds instead of scrubbing through hours of footage. I used to spend 6 to 8 hours a week editing a single video. I kid you not, it really did take that long. Now it's probably around 3 to 4 hours because Descript handles all the tedious work. I just focus on storytelling and pacing, and that's why it cuts my editing time in half. All right, guys, on to the final step.
We made it.
And this one is so important. Most people just give up here because they're completely burnt out from the ideation, the thumbnails, the script, and the editing. But this is one of the most crucial parts of this entire process, SEO.
What did that just mean?
If you're looking at me with a really confused face right now, SEO stands for search engine optimization. It's basically just making sure your videos are being shown to the right people. This is where Perplexity comes in to save the day yet again. I just give it the video script and ask it to create the best possible video description maximized for SEO and to give me the best tags so I can just copy and paste them in. I use vidIQ for the rest. Literally, it has a built-in SEO optimizer, so basically when you go to upload your video in YouTube, it analyzes everything and it gives you an overall SEO score. The brilliant thing about this step is you're not doing it manually. Perplexity writes your description optimized for search, vidIQ scores everything and tells you exactly what needs tweaking. You're not guessing, you're not spending hours researching keywords or wondering if your tags are good enough. The AI does the heavy lifting. You get the confidence that your video is actually going to be found by the right people. That's the difference between uploading a video and hoping it performs versus uploading a video and knowing it's optimized for the algorithm. And honestly, just that confidence alone is worth it, I think. All right, so let's have a quick recap on what we just covered. Step 1, use vidIQ and Perplexity to research proven video ideas. Step 2, let Perplexity optimize your title for the algorithm. Step 3, use Subscriber to generate your script draft, then manually go through it and refine it. Step 4, create 3 thumbnail variations using Perplexity and Canva. Step 5, batch film 2 videos a week back to back. Step 6, use Descript to edit with AI handling all the boring stuff. And step 7, let Perplexity and vidIQ optimize your SEO for you. And if you want to try out any of the AI tools I've mentioned in this video, I'll leave links to all of them down below in the description. I've spent the past year testing every AI tool that could possibly help me with content creation. I was fighting so hard against my ADHD brain, just trying to force myself into systems that weren't designed for how I actually work. So I started leveraging AI to create a system that works with my brain instead of against it. Now I have data-driven processes at every step. I'm not second guessing my thumbnail choices or wondering if my title will perform well. The AI handles the decision making, I handle the creative work. That's the shift that changed everything. This system saves me hours every single week, but more importantly, it saves my mental energy. I'm not burning out trying to optimize every detail. I'm not spiraling into perfection. I'm not losing entire days to time blindness and decision fatigue. For someone with ADHD, that's everything. This system gives those tasks clear boundaries, clear timelines, and clear outcomes. I know exactly how long each step takes. I know exactly what to do. That's how I went from burning out and struggling to uploading videos more consistently. And this isn't just about productivity, it's about getting your life back. It's about having the creative energy to show up for your content while keeping the emotional bandwidth to be present with the people you love. That's what this system gave me, and hopefully that's what it can give you guys too. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, Ryan, this all sounds amazing, but how do I actually start doing this? Like, what AI prompt should I use? What's the exact step-by-step process for this? That's exactly why I'm creating the ADHD Creator System. It's a complete step-by-step guide that teaches you everything you need to know. What tools to use, what prompts to use, how to set up your own AI-powered journal, everything you could possibly need to know to start leveraging AI to cut your content creation time in half. If that sounds like something that could genuinely help you, I'll leave a link to the waitlist down in the description below. And as a free bonus, I'm giving out my free Notion template with ADHD-friendly AI prompts to anyone that joins the waitlist right now. So if you're tired of feeling behind, if you're exhausted from fighting your ADHD brain instead of working with it, and if you want to actually build something consistent without burning out, this system is for you. You don't have to keep struggling. There is a better way, and I'm here to try and show you that and to help you guys. And if you enjoyed this video, you might like to check out this one over here where I show you how I created my AI powered journal with Claude. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.